All right, it's the rundown. Monday, July 6th. We're back at it. Dave's not here.
And Sana, you suck.
We got Rocket in because he was at the center of controversy this weekend with Pablo Sandoval. But because it is the first rundown since the rundown drama, I do think we have to address it a little bit. We've written blogs about it. Dan talked about it on the Yak. I talked about it on CCK. At this point, it does feel like a little bit overkill, but this is the show where the controversial comments happen. So I feel like you can't not address it. I feel like you got to talk about it. So I'm going to reiterate the same thing I've been saying, in that I have no problem and never will have any problem owning up to when I'm wrong. I think I was wrong in that clip. I don't think it was I'm not like apologizing for trying to be funny and missing the mark, because that happens all the time. But I've totally changed my view on that. And the way I was talking and blogging the 3 weeks prior, supporting the same cause that I was putting down, I mean, I have to address that, because then I don't have credibility and I don't have accountability as a blogger, podcast, or media member, or whatever you want to call it. So I know there are some fans who are mad that there was an apology, or that we bent the knee, or we bowed down to the mob, or whatever. But I think those people are just as wrong as the other end. So I think if the mob makes you address something or apologize or do anything, that's bad. If the diehard fans who are like never apologize for anything, if they convince you to not do something, equally as bad. I'm always going to just say what I think I need to say. In that case, I got facts wrong about him. I got facts wrong about the movement, and I changed. If you think that that's not my Barstool or something, to me, Barstool's always been about being real, and I think that was as real as it got. I feel like I almost got to apologize for Dan, because you were really not in the wrong on that one at all, and you kind of got dragged into this whole shitstorm. So sometimes that's the breaks when you're just a part of shows where people let it fly. But I thought, you better than anyone said everything you needed to say in that original rundown.
Well, yeah, I mean, I watched, obviously, when the clips went re-viral, I cringed, because it's bad. It's not good. Like, I don't think that it's funny. I don't think it's right. I think it's just not, like, it's okay to say, like, hey, that's fucked up, and I didn't say it, but I was part of it. And laughing at Dave dropping N-bombs, like, also not okay. Like, and I'm not newly woke. If you actually watch that rundown, I had Kaepernick's back day one of the protests. I've always said that's the most American thing you can do, is peaceful protest. That's why this country, like, that's like a pillar of this country, is being able to peacefully protest. So it's not like a new woke. It's just, I think if you look back at 5 years of comedy you've done, and you don't have moments where you're like, woo, what? Like, then you haven't grown as a person. I think it's okay to say you grow as a person. I also just, if you've listened to us a long time and people who understand who we are, I don't think that we're ever intentionally trying to hurt people. Sometimes that might happen. And if I do hurt someone, that's not my intention. And I'm happy to apologize, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to make people laugh. I'm not trying to take life too seriously. I understand there's way more important things going on right now. I'm not trying to detract from those things. And I'm trying to be a better person every day. And that's really what it comes down to. And,
It's also, you're in a spot where we've grown so much in the last 5 years that, like, these are topics that we probably shouldn't really be focusing on. Like, we're not, we're in over our head on a lot of this shit. But when it has taken over life the way that it has, political, social issues, you can't not talk about it. And so, I've learned a lot more. I think differently. And back then, it was just like, I don't know what the fuck. What's this fucking quarterback doing? Like, I didn't even realize the extent of it. And so now it's a lot different than it was. So, intent always matters, but execution does too. And when you fuck up on that, I think you should say so. I think it's the idea that if you man up and say you did something wrong, that you're like a pussy or something. I mean, get the fuck out of here with that.
Well, it's just evolving as people. I hope I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. I hope I'm better in a lot of respects, not even just this, but just in everything in my life. And as you grow and you change and you have a different worldview. And yeah, there's definitely been times where we've been ignorant, and I'll own up to that. And it's not an excuse, because we're adults, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, do better. Don't be as ignorant. Don't be stupid. Try to, if you can be funny and stop, hurting anyone, then that's way better. And that's what I always strive to do.
And I'll just say for myself personally, because I know I've been saying wild shit for over a decade now. This will probably happen again. I'm sure you can dig up a lot of shit. And I don't plan on like exclusively apologizing every time. If there's comments that I stand by, if there's things where I thought the funny and the intent were there, then I'll stand by it. But if you pull up shit where I know I was wrong, I'm gonna have to keep owning up to it. I've said a lot of fucking shit on the internet over the last decade plus. So if it's time to pay the piper on some of that, so be it. We got the Rocket on though. Moving on, because the Rocket found himself in what I think is good old fashioned Barstool like drama, where it's a little bit edgy. We're taking shots. Is it having fun at someone else's expense? Sure. But are we ruffling the feathers of these uptight fucking beat writers and baseball Twitter guys? Absolutely. And so this guy posts a picture of Panda, Pablo Sandoval, who looks fat as fuck. Right. Rocket tells it like it is, calls him overweight. And next thing you know, it's fat shaming and body shaming and the like. So Rocket, big weekend for you.
Well, I didn't just call him overweight. I think the blog title was like, look at this fat fucking piece of shit, Pablo Sandoval, which, again, is it mean? Yes. Do I feel bad about it? No. And I think a lot of people just didn't realize that I'm not fat shaming someone because they're fat. I don't like him as a person. And of course I have my reasons. Like, as a Red Sox fan, $95 million in Boston. Dude has the worst year of his career in year one of that deal, shows up overweight to spring training the following year, and then says he has nothing to prove. Like, of course I fucking hate that guy. Because guess what, dude? You suck. You suck. Then as the years go by, you talk to some of his former teammates, and they tell you all these stories when you're like, yeah, even if he was great, I wouldn't like that guy as a person. So, yes, there's more than just one reason why I'm attacking Pablo Sandoval. And am I taking the easiest route? For sure. He's fat. He looks fat. He looks fucking huge. And I have like these people in San Francisco are like, well, how did you look after quarantine? I was like, bitch, I do a fucking sit-up. Like, they're like, well, he just had Tommy John surgery. So you expect him to be working out with Tommy John? And I was like, well, tell me how Tommy John surgery on your elbow is preventing you from doing cardio. Or how is Tommy John surgery preventing you from dieting? Like, it's just not. You're a professional athlete. It's not a regular guy walking down the street that we're taking shots at. This is a guy whose job it is to be in shape. And when you're not, and it's that gross, like it's that absurd and it's that noticeable, yeah, the internet's going to take shots. And this dude just tweets out the picture expecting people to not make comments about it. Like, what fucking planet are you?
He knew he was going to get engagement. This actually is very similar to we just lost Kevin. The Bryson DeChambeau thing that happened, where Bryson DeChambeau over the weekend got mad at the cameraman for following him around after a bad shot and was like, the cameraman can like damage my brand when he sees me in meltdown. Dude, you're a professional athlete. I'm sorry that you're a professional athlete. Guess what? Like, I know you can make the argument, well, they're people too, and they are people too. I'm not saying they're not people, but their job is to be in shape, to be at the best, possible spot. They get paid a lot of money for it. And yeah, there were some jokes made. I don't know. People make fun of me all the time for my weight. I'm a public figure too. Like, I just don't like this guy being like, I can't believe people ran with it that way. Dude, you took
exactly they were going to run with it.
The caption was about
binoculars.
Him. Yeah,
he held a binocular up to his iPhone. That's how hard he had to work for the fucking picture. He even said it, that it took him like forever to get the exact picture. Yeah. You knew what you were doing.
Right. The caption was talking about like, his throws. He's taking grounders at third base and his throws have a lot of carry. You could have taken a video of him making the throws. You took an unflattering picture of him that you knew people were going to look at this and be like, holy shit, Pablo Sandoval really looking fat these days. You knew exactly what you were doing. And then he posted a 15-tweet thread, like not even tagging me in it because he was directly calling me out because he cited the blog that I wrote on the 4th of July. And he's like, yeah, well, all these people that are fat shaming need to do some soul searching. Fuck you, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, own it. Like, you wanted the clicks. You got them. And then he's shouting down the people that are taking his photo and getting clicks from the photo. Like, you did exactly what you intended to do when you posted the tweet.
Now, Dan, did you see the Rockets' Twitter response to the trolls and the haters saying, well, why don't you post a picture of yourself? Because if you have more than 13% body fat, then you're the problem. And the Rockets out here posting faceless, shirtless thirst traps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, that was quite the flex.
Yeah, man, like if you're going to say, hey, like, I mean, if you're going to invite me to take my shirt off, I'm a guy that I don't post gym pictures. I don't think there's any pictures on my Instagram of me at the beach, shirtless, nothing. So if you're gonna knock on my door, I'm gonna fucking answer. I'm gonna answer that call.
Rundown shirtless.
You want me to do the rundown? Actually,
Yeah,
you know what we did? You know what we did? We did there was like a Skype call where I think it was like Caleb. It was back in like 2016 or 17 when they were doing the Dixie tour. And Caleb was like shirtless, and then everyone took their shirt off. Like Chaps was shirtless, I was shirtless, and
people what they want.
Clem was shirtless too.
Give them people what they want. Pop that top up.
I got bad tan lines right now, Kevin.
Oh,
That's part of the game. Take it off.
Yeah. Danny Tan Lines knows better than anyone. You can't hide from the tan lines. There he goes. Ow, ow. Oh yeah, you got that white trash tan line going. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, the nipple. Oh no, absolutely.
It's so bad.
Now I'm gonna be like, yeah, I took my shirt off. I'm gonna be like this the rest of the rundown.
Yeah. That shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm totally comfortable having my shirt off, having my nipples out there. What are you guys talking about?
I don't care, man.
What are you talking about, dude? Just take your shirt off. It's not a big deal.
Staying in the sports world, Patrick Mahomes signs a comical, literally didn't even know it existed, 10-year contract extension in the NFL. As of time of recording this, the number has not been released. I would imagine it's got to be massive. But at this point, it might as well be $1 trillion because 10 years is like it's like a made-up number. No one's going to be here at all in 10 years. Oh, those salami nipples are just awful. God.
Michelangelo, put your fucking phone down.
What do you got?
The fuck?
Mahomes.
Don't you know how we tape this rundown? We just make it and then we forget it exists.
Right.
That's
5 years.
exactly what we've done for better or worse. So don't change.
You know what? Hopefully it's like the Costanza thing. In 5 years, someone tweets this rundown being like, look at these fucking assholes. And then someone's like, hey, Big Cat, your nipples have gotten bigger. Maybe you should get those checked out.
Yeah. They do look like those machines that like suck the milk out of the pregnant women. It looks like you've had the suction cups on there for a little bit.
So
yeah, like they do like the True Life, and it's the people who are like addicted to like getting their nipples really hard all the time. That's
yeah.
Man, dude, enough. You're actually making me uncomfortable.
you guys think I should get these things pierced? I have a lot of
God.
They are just like constantly hard.
You should get pierced and then have like a chain connected.
I wish I had a quarter. They're definitely bigger than quarters.
I wish you had a silver dollar. They're huge.
Those look like $50 titties right there.
They are the size of a piece of salami.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about my tits.
What do you got on Patrick Mahomes' 10-year deal?
Oh, these contracts are so fucking funny. I mean, he obviously deserves it because he's incredible. But I can't wait till it actually comes out and it's like, oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes has an out after 3 years.
Yeah, 100%.
Like renegotiates after 1. Like it's just a 10-year contract in principle, and he deserves every single cent of it, and he deserves all that. But show me the actual contract before we get the fucking headline where everyone flips out and says 10 years. Oh my god.
Yeah. Dude, how old is he? Like 24, 5?
Yeah. He's so young, and that's what I was gonna say. He's so young. He's so good. He's already got the monkey off his back with a championship. Like he has nothing to worry about now. It's just about like stacking up awards and trying to win a couple more. But I mean, his career is basically, you want to go be the best and win the most and beat Brady and shit. But for the most part, like you're good. You're bulletproof for the rest of your life.
I think
sign a bajillion-dollar deal wherever you want. Doesn't matter.
I'm at the point now where I think I would give my entire leg to go back in time and have Patrick Mahomes on the Bears.
I mean, that's a tough when
kneecap down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like what point are you cutting?
I think I would do it because it would be my happiness, my life happiness would be so much bigger.
Okay, let me say this though: if you're gonna lose your foot, you might as well go like hip down. What do you need your knee to your hip for?
I think knees. I think you want to keep your knee.
Why?
For what?
I guess you could. It would probably be. You could get like in this hypothetical. Would you be able to use like a prosthetic leg?
No. You got to be one leg.
No, I can use a prosthetic.
I'll give you a peg. You don't get to, bro. A prosthetic these days would be better than your regular ass fat foot. If you had like a mechanical foot, you'd be coming out ahead. You get a peg leg, and that's it.
What about 10 years off my life? Like, what if like I could find out that I was gonna live to be, let's say, 85, and I was like, you know what, 75. I do that.
No, those are the shit years anyway. That's not even like a good trade.
What are you talking about? Those are the years you get to just fucking hang out.
Yeah, but you don't even like know what your name is. Those years.
75? What the?
No.
Well, dude, we're not exactly like the picture of health. So
in blogger years, by the time you're 75, can you imagine?
Michelangelo, you got to blur this one out.
not say if you had no use of your legs, period, for the 10-year contract with Mahomes and your team, and you get your legs back afterwards.
Yeah, I do that.
No legs though.
Yeah. Dude, he's so good. They're gonna win
good.
like 1 million Super Bowls.
No, they're so fucking set. It's so annoying. And it's like, and there's so many teams that can do that. There's so many teams that could say he was there and we could have taken him. And now the Chiefs have him locked up for 10 years. Speaking of not being too old to make your own decisions, Britney Spears.
Yeah.
I'm outraged. Britney Spears needs our help. The Free Britney movement has finally gained steam. Our diehard fans have been talking about it for years, but since 2008, prior to me even working at this company, Britney Spears has never been able to make her own decisions. She can't drive a car. She can't leave the house.
Naked.
What? You do look naked. You're totally fucking naked.
I'm doing this rundown completely naked.
Kevin, take your shirt off. You make us uncomfortable.
Yeah, you are.
No,
you take your shirt off too.
Kevin, you're making us uncomfortable.
Good. Yeah, everyone else will be uncomfortable.
Michelangelo's taking his shirt off.
taking his shirt off.
He's not even on screen. He's taking his shirt off.
You gotta take your shirt off.
Britney is trapped in her own house. Her father, her medical team, and her management team have literally been making all of her decisions. And it's under the idea that she went crazy. She shaved her head. She burned down her gym.
Because I burnt my gym down, unfortunately.
She's definitely not normal, but is she like so fucked up that she can't make any of her own decisions? Allegedly, while she's during this legal guardianship, she went on tour. She made $130 million on tour. She had a Vegas residency, and she dropped an album. So I don't know how you can do all three of those things while like not being of sound mind. So fucking free Britney, bro.
Dude, this is like the remember the not Gene Simmons. What's the guy?
Or
No.
the workout guy.
Yeah.
Gene
workout guy.
Richard Simmons. Richard
Simmons. Yeah.
Simmons is a rapist, so not him. Richard Simmons, yeah, when he was like trapped in his own home and they thought there was magic going on. Yeah,
he
very
still is.
Yeah, but he has like addressed it and been like, I'm good. I don't know whether or not that's true, but he at least is acknowledging it. Britney, the reason this all came about, Dan, she posted a video on Instagram, and in the comments it said, if you need help, your next video, wear a yellow shirt. So she wore a yellow shirt, posted the video, and then went back and altered her original caption to say, "Look at me in my favorite yellow shirt."
How many likes did the yellow shirt comment get? Like, was it a top comment? Because I mean, her videos probably get millions of comments.
Yeah, you're right. Whoa. But the video, that's where I was like, holy.
Dude, these are like the tweets. Remember, you know how it always goes viral? Like, what would be the first thing you tweeted if you were kidnapped? Like, we need that for Britney.
Yeah, for real. She could have just been saying it. Well, I mean, I think she has been. If you listen to any of the lyrics of any of her songs, she's like, I'm a sad girl who needs help. And we were all just like, Britney.
Banger.
She did a photo shoot recently where she was like laying in the desert and she demanded that the photographer Photoshop in like chains over her body. Like they weren't originally there, and she was like, I need chains in this picture.
This
I bet
she
even burnt down the gym on purpose.
Dude, free Britney. What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
After all she's been through.
Free fucking Britney.
Where is she now?
She's like in her house, but she's like she can't make her own decisions.
Is it in LA?
They did put her in like a mental institution at one point. That was like a 1-star piece of shit rehab facility. So it's not even like they're taking care of her while they control her.
And did you say that she does or does not have control over her own Instagram? Because she's like posting videos, but like is someone posting them for her?
That's what's suspect. And like if she is changing the captions, like maybe someone posts it and then she got in there and changed the caption to draw attention to it, because it does seem like you could just be like, hey, help me. But also they say like she is medicated and shit. That's why she kind of looks weird and acts funny. So like she might not, maybe she's trying to break through, but like can't fully. I don't know. It's fucked. But somebody should take a look. I don't know if you're a lawyer or a judge, or somebody should get out there and fucking free Britney. Yeah. What was the last topic? Pablo to Mahomes. We get baseball. Oh, we got this chick at Target who Kanye. First Kanye. Kanye's running for president.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I made a 1 Minute Man video saying, like, I can't believe anybody's taking this seriously. He's so late to the game. It's clearly a publicity stunt. And someone said to me, bro, you could have said the same exact shit, the same exact timeline about 2016 with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I was like,
He's a little late. No, he's a little late.
I think that
No,
I don't
Trump-
know.
Trump was like the year before that summer. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like crazier things have happened now.
If
he is late, how is he late? Because like if you look at the ballot,
I think you
there
need
is
to
an
fill out a form.
option.
Yeah, you
There's
can
an
fill out a
because
form.
I was gonna say, like with Dave running for mayor, like
Yeah.
he needed signatures before he can even run for mayor of Boston. But
Yeah.
now it's like if you're voting for president, there is a box to write people in. So like
Yeah,
if
but
you're
it's a
Kanye,
form.
you
He
can
just
be
he
like,
didn't do the form.
He
in
hasn't
time.
done. The only thing he's done is send that tweet. He
He's
didn't. He
Michael
has not.
Scott.
You have to get signatures. You have to meet the deadlines. And there was also you have to
So then what's the point of a write-in
present-
box if you can't just write someone in and they can win?
True. Good point.
I mean, there's always crazy ass people who are like, I think Larry Flint used to run. I think Joe Exotic tried to run. So this is not new. But I guess Kanye does have enough of like a cult that people are like somewhat taking it seriously. And then there are
Between
people who,
Kanye
like,
and Kim with
even
their
if he
social
takes
media
away
followers,
votes,
like
yeah, I mean, it could. It's just the people who are worried about him taking away votes, not winning, but just fucking with the election. Honestly, then we deserve what we get. Like, I don't know. Then democracy fucking sucks. So, I personally don't believe it. I think he's married to Kim. I think it coincides with his album. It coincides with his Yeezy Gap announcement. It just feels like the ultimate publicity stunt. But hey, I don't know, man. If you can go do it, go pull a Donald. Go do it, Kanye. And last topic, we got this chick at Target who rips all the masks off of the shelves.
This shit's fucking over. This shit's all fucking over.
And screams like, well, what? Like, because I'm a white blonde woman.
Why? Why? You let everybody else do it. You let everybody else do it. Why I can't do it? Because I'm a blonde white woman? Fucking wearing a fucking $40,000 fucking Rolex. I don't have the fucking right to that shit up. I'm fucking.
I can't ruin the store and Target the way that like Black Lives Matter did. Who also now, I think she said she's gonna like run for president.
Oh wait,
she has like, yeah.
She went the double. She did the double, like coronavirus and racial injustice. She went two for.
Yeah, I think that was a double
Whoa.
whammy.
What a collab!
Yeah, I mean, listen, talk about 2 birds, 1 stone there.
Oh
So
my God,
checking a lot of boxes.
Melissa, I think on Instagram it says she's Melissa fucking Rainbows. So Melissa Rainbows is throwing her hat in the ring as like the newest piece of shit on social media.
That's bullshit. You can't be rainbows and be like that miserable of a person.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you're right. You got to be like sunshine and rainbows.
You got to be Melissa Thunderstorms or something.
And even
did she have a following before this or no?
What's that?
Did she have a following before? Like, was she like a content creator that did
No,
this?
she has like 200 followers on Instagram, so I don't even think she's a thing. But wherever you fall on the issue with masks or whatever, I don't know. I think we've made ourselves pretty clear here that we have brains, so we wear them. But even if you don't, to just be a dick to like the Target employees who now have to clean your mess up, like no matter what you think, you're an asshole if you act like that in public. So fuck off, Melissa Rainbows. After show, Mooj quits like an asshole with a iPhone note, trying to trash everyone on the way out the door after being here for a cup of coffee and not really talking to anybody before he decided to leave. I think everybody has a right to quit, but to do it like that, I think was an asshole move. Dan, I know you were kind enough to like try to take him under your wing and make something out of him, and he was still a total dick to you. So
yeah, that was the part that I mean, anyone should. If you feel like you don't want to work here, if you feel like Dave is racist, which I don't think he is, if you feel all these things, you should absolutely quit. Like that's not. I have no problem with him doing it. I have a problem with him phrasing it as if you stay, you're racist, and if you like, the only good thing is to leave. And also, given what you just said, the fact that he's been here for 9 months, I don't think he even had a contract. Like, there's a lot of context that got left out of his iPhone notes app. And it sucks because I was trying to mentor him. I was trying to help him. I don't have anything personally against him. I think what he's going to look back and be like, to not even call Erica or like Dave or like give anyone like or Logan like the
to
people
have receipts afterwards of him doing the very same shit.
Right.
Like, if you're gonna make a statement like that, you can't then get caught immediately. And from a professional point of view, I'll just say this: There are not many people in the fucking world who Dan Katz will tap on the shoulder and be like, come ride with my group. That's a good fucking wave to ride, dude.
Right.
And he threw it away for no reason. Really.
And again, I think he's young. I think he'll look back on it and be like, I handled that poorly. Again, he can leave. I'm not disputing that. Like he has all the free will. If in his heart he thinks that this is not the place that he can be, like he can't stand for it. I totally understand. I disagree, but I understand. I'm talking more about he's going to look back and be like, well, I probably should have let the people know that have my back, that were trying to help me out, or at least, maybe don't phrase it that it's black and white, that if you stay, you're a racist. Like that part, he's gonna look back and be like, that was pretty young and stupid.
I think he's characterizing me and Dave really as like racist. I've never talked to the guy. You can't. Right. You don't fucking know about us. You've never even taken the time to like learn. You're basing it off of one fucking rundown. I think that's totally unfair. And there's so many more people here. Even if you hate me and Dave, even if you were right about me and Dave, there's 198 other people in this company who are now like gonna have to deal with your bullshit. So right. I think it was a shitty way to do it all.
I think the other thing too was like when he was retweeting some of the NFL guys that he was doing streams with. Like I was surprised. Like Kyle Van Noy like came in and did CCK with us. He did a pizza review with Dave. There was another guy that I have like a connection to, and not that I'm some like great ambassador for Barstool Sports where like I should be the first guy that mends the fence, but there was another guy that like I knew, and I was like, dude, if we can have a conversation about, what just happened, because I feel like there's mixed messages going on here. Like I'd love to help mend that fence, because when I read the note, I was like, that's not really what's going on here. And I think like once the receipts started coming out, maybe that was the wake up call that some of the other athletes needed, where it was like, all right, well, I think there's something afoot here with like, him trying to maybe get some clout by exiting the way that he did.
Right. Yeah, and also like saying he had the fastest growing, whatever it was. I don't even know what he said, the fastest growing. Like, look, I was helping him and I believed in him. I thought he was talented, but let's call a spade a spade. You had the fastest growing thing because you were sitting next to me playing video games for the last 3 weeks. And that's fine. I want everyone else to succeed here, but don't say that like, don't just say it like it's like a fact that just was plucked out of thin air. Like, oh yeah, I have the fastest growing social media. Give a little context what's going on here, and maybe don't call us all racist on the way out.
Yeah, and the jersey sales, that tickled me a lot. To say that you have the #1 jersey being sold at Barstool Sports e-gaming, like I'd love to see those numbers.
No, but honestly, it's a lesson.
Yeah,
that's why I think that was so like slimy and opportunistic. Is like. There are probably people reading that being like, he made the company a ton of money selling jerseys, not realizing that even the rest of the hooligans will tell you that they sold like 20 of those total. So
right.
It was an ultimate like spin job and the way for like a nobody to grab some headlines. So good riddance. See you later. And we keep it moving here, trying to grow better and bigger than ever. So, see you for the summer, right? We're back
let's end the rundown. Michelangelo, you remember that show Magic School Bus where they got on the school bus and they went into random things?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's do it. So do an edit so it's like it going inside my belly button. Okay, ready?
Okay, yeah. Great way to end it. Nice. Perfect.
Wow. Good fucking body.
Definitely. All right, see you guys.
All right, later.